back to another video, and today we finally have another suspicious package. Now, I could not even tell you what would be in here, mostly because I don't want to spoil it, and because I might just not know. Unfortunately, I'm recording this on my phone, and I say unfortunately, because as I was about to use the tripod, I will blur that out. As I was about to use the tripod, the mount for my phone broke. So, unfortunately, no tripod. You guys are just on the table. I do apologize, but there's not much I can do. Man, look at all these packing peanuts. Man, I ordered all these. I should not have done that. Oh no. Oh, the packing peanuts. Hold on. I should not have done that. Now I gotta clean it. That is heavy. We're gonna put that right there. I gotta clean up the packing peanut. I mean, to be frank, I don't have to, but I don't need all this just sitting here, so I'm going to. These wretched things. I'm sure packing peanuts do wonders in protecting your package, but man, they don't taste good, and they're annoying. That was a joke. Do not eat packing peanuts. Don't even look at them with the intent. Don't even have the thought in your head. We're almost there. Okay, like 90% are gone. I'm getting there, okay? But these can stay. These are the survivors. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and take this box out of its thing. Let's see if I can get anything that'll tell you guys what's in here. I don't think it actually says it on the box. Yes, it does. Alright, so now that I know where it's at, I'm not going to show you guys. Ooh, look what we got here. Oh, look at that. We got... Is not. Joking. Looks like we got a little card here from the official dealer. This guy is an authorized dealer for Atlas, Bowser, Bachman, Cato, and Broadway Limited. Broadway Limited. Where do I know that? Here is his card. I will 100% be adding this to the collection. I will have the link to his eBay in the description. Feel free to check him out for all your HO and Engage. Look at this, HO scale items coming through. Broadway Limited, Paragon 4, the Rolling Thunder. What do we have? Looks like we got some 060 switcher. Looks like we have some Pennsylvania business cars. And we got some GP30s and GP35s. Looks like the Reading, the Chessie, the Chicago Northwestern, the Santa Fe, the Burlington Route, Southern Pacific. There's that whole thing right there. This little thing from Broadway. Oh, and there's a backside. Looks like we have a Brookshire ATSF, B&M, and Southern Pacific. It's a T1A Brookshire steam locomotive. Whoa, those ones look beautiful. With more Pennsylvania, I want to say maybe baggage cars. Ooh, and we have some es44ac ACEs as well. Looks like we had Norfolk Southern, Canadian National, Norfolk Southern, Lackawanna Heritage Unit, the Norfolk Southern Reading Lines Heritage Unit, and for some reason there's two different styles of the Union Pacific 1995 Chicago and Northwestern Heritage Units. I will take pictures of this separately and put them at the end of the video for those who want to get a little bit of a better view. And here we have the operator's manual. And now it's time for this piece of plastic to come off. And there it is. I have been waiting for this day all my life. Now I just got to get it out of the box. Are you guys ready to see something I didn't even tease? It is the Iowa Interstate 513, the Rock Island Heritage Unit, a Broadway Limited Paragon 4 es44ac type locomotive. That's a breathful. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to take this off. This is actually different packaging than the Illinois Central. I'm gonna try and just, how do you want to be picked up here? This plastic is very unflexible here. So that's why I'm trying my best not to grab it by the plastic. Oh. Holy crap. Look at this. Even the Illinois Central didn't come with little pieces of plastic. And now I gotta figure out how to get these pieces of foam out. Give me 1 second. I am going to do my absolute best to get these out as safe as humanly possible. I don't have any tools to help me out here. I wonder if I can just kind of... Oh, got one. Rock Island. So it looks like the ones on the side might be a slight tad bit easier than the ones on the front. And as you guys know, this is the official second locomotive from Broadway Limited Imports. We are going to do a very, very full review. I'm going to be brutally honest. And this is also a Paragon 4 locomotive, meaning it is going to be compatible with the DC controller, and I hope to God that it should make noise. I just need to figure out how to get these foam pieces on the nose and the rear out. I have never had a locomotive with so much foam. Even Intermountain didn't have foam on the front and the rear. Very smart idea. I like the way they're thinking. One on the nose looks like it's going to be a tad bit difficult here. Just because I don't even know how it got anywhere. See, the issue is you want to get it out without hurting anything on the locomotive if you can help it. And you know me, I am not the brightest, so I'm probably going to screw something up. I'm trying my absolute hardest. You can see the look of despair. Okay, we got it! Holy, I'm not putting those back. Alright, let's get a review. The Rock Island Heritage Unit. Here, you want to see something cool? Look at that! Look at that. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I never thought I would ever see myself buying an Iowa Interstate Heritage Unit, and it's the Rock Island. Yes, I know the 516 doesn't count as a heritage unit, but I count it as a heritage unit because, I don't know, why not? Heritage / special interest / 30-year anniversary, whatever you want to call it, it has a special place in my heart along with the 513 with the beautiful maroon on black Rock Island paint scheme. This is going to go very nice right next to my Alco RS3 in the Route of the Rockets paint scheme. This, I believe, was the exact same paint scheme seen on the Rock Island passenger E or F units, give or take. I don't know what year that those paint schemes would have been applied, but I do know the Rock Island went through so much that I can only imagine how hard it was for Iowa Interstate to figure out which one they're going to put for their first heritage unit. Thankfully, they picked correct. We got the McDonald's unit, which really does resemble a Rock Island locomotive, but has actually nothing to do with the Rock Island. When I found that out, I was like, are you serious? We're not going to get into what is 516. 516 is whatever it wants to be. So let's go ahead and look at the other side. Oh, radiator housing, you're just kind of... okay. Not what I wanted to see. Ooh. Look at that. That is just... Jesus. I'm assuming this piece can come off for purposes. Okay, future me, do not grab it by the radiator housing, because the radiator housing is not even fixed to the whole chassis. So that's just peachy. That does not make me happy. like I said, I'm going to be brutally honest. This is not a Broadway. This was apparently brand new. Allegedly only opened to get out of the box. Only out of the box to take pictures. This has me second doubting that, but we're going to let it slide for now because it's not affecting the locomotive's appearance, and so far it's not affecting how it's going to run. So until we run into one of those issues, I don't have an issue yet. So there is the world famous nose. Let's see, Rock Island. Here's the other side. The text is all reversed from what I'm looking at, but I will flip it over. That way you guys are seeing it just normal. I'm going to go ahead and pick you guys up really quick to get an even closer view. So give me 1 second. We're going to switch camera angles. Alright, this is going to look really weird. I apologize. Again, the tripod is broke. But here is a closer view at the Rock Island Heritage Unit. See, that is weird. I will figure that out later, see if I can maybe just snap back on. Because it is normal for the radiator housing to come off, but being that loose got me a little concerned. Look at that. It's really hard to get the camera to focus. Is the window open? Or is it... I don't know, I can't tell. So we'll go ahead and look at the nose. The attention to detail is amazing. We got the MU cables, we got the air hoses, we got all the grab irons you would expect on a locomotive. We even have windshield wipers, which is essential. I will say the horn is incorrect. 513 has a K5HL, I believe, and that is a 5-trumpet train horn with 3 back and 2 forward. And it looks like this is a 5-trumpet, 4 back, 1 forward. I could either be losing my mind, or it is very hard to get that mold correct. I'm going to let it pass. I'm not going to be one of those guys. This doesn't take off any points, okay? I'm just pointing it out. For people who might want to be paying really close to the attention to detail, that horn, it's questionable. Alright, so looking at the back, obviously, another thing that's funny that I really wish to see one day that would be added is the security camera that sits right there on every Iowa Interstate engine. It might not be present on 513, but I think they're on every single one of them. Not sure. Again, doesn't take off any points. Just saying, one day I'd love to see if someone would add the reverse camera. Obviously, you got the headlights, you got the sand, that little cutout. That's where you put the sand for the rear trucks. Got the grab irons, got the MU cable again, got the air hoses, rear ditch lights. Not much to really see, but, you know, I'm sure you guys like the closer view. It looks weird for me. I'm not used to being this close, but I'm sure you guys like it because you're not used to being this close. And you can see you got all the panels, you got the air compressor, got the number, IAIS. It's funny, I don't see the PTC. This is for you. I don't see the PTC tag. And I was actually really close to Iowa Interstate 513 in Silvis. For those who are wondering where that video is, I'm actually having issues getting it off my camera. So I don't think it's actually ever going to be able to make it, but I'm trying my hardest. My buddy Will, you see him in the comments all the time. First of all, what's going on, Will? Second of all, he's always wanted to get a close-up picture of the PTC tag that goes on the engines when they get a PTC, which stands for Positive Train Control. And the 513 was at Silvis on display. I got so many pictures, it wasn't funny. In fact, I got a nose shot, and it's actually my screensaver on my phone right now. But just for Will, I took a picture about right here. And right around here, you can see a square that says PTC, and you can barely see the Iowa Interstate logo behind it. It's really cool. Again, this doesn't take off any points. I'm just saying it's not there. Another thing that I would just like to see in the future on units, you know, if it would be possible. This is, you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm being brutally honest. I really hope I'm not offending anybody. Like, oh, this guy's complaining about everything. Nope, not complaints. I'm just making notes. As you can see, we got our engineer in there. I don't know if there's a conductor. I don't think I saw him in there. So then we're going to move one more time to the nose. Kind of get a nose-on shot. Look at that. That is beautiful. So I think it's about time. Well, I guess, yeah, we can look at the top. As you can see, you got the AC unit. It doesn't look like any antennas are present, I want to say. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. A little grab iron. All this stuff. Round train horn. Got little fans in the radiator housing. I think that's actually the fans for the dynamic brake. I'm not sure. And then I do want to check on something. Yes, okay, they do have the electric bell for the, brand new Gevos. So I think that's enough lily-gaggling. Let's go ahead and throw this on the layout. And pray to God it does the exact same thing as the Illinois Central SD40-2. Alright, 513 is officially on the layout. The controller was moved. I had it right there for a while because I put the Illinois Central back on the layout because I was doing some work on it, specifically this curve, because I wanted to get this layout perfect before 513 came in hopes there'd be no issues running it whatsoever. So I had the controller sitting right here because the Illinois Central is prone to derailing right in this curve. In fact, I got to make a quick apology to Broadway Limited Imports in case anyone that likes them a lot or one of their employers see this. In my last video, not my last video, but my last video looking at the Illinois Central 6030, I said that the whole reason it derailed was the issue of the feature with Broadway Limited that the train keeps power even if it loses conductivity to get through. The reason they do that is so it can get through your bad spots if you have any, God forbid. While I was putting the Illinois Central through here, it derailed, and as soon as it came off the track and lost conductivity, the wheels stopped moving. Meaning it was not Broadway Limited's fault for adding that feature that made the train derail. It was just the wrong place at the wrong time. So I really do apologize. It was not that feature that caused the derailment. It was just the bad track. I wanted to clear that up. So we're going to go ahead, add power, just, hope and pray. I should turn it on first. That would help. If this is anything like the Illinois Central, we're going to need to go to about right here. I'm not an expert, but the train is on. Hey, stay. Do not go anywhere. Wow. That was cool. Alright. Time to pray. Hey. Oh. Come, stop moving. Stop moving. Did the ditch lights flash? Oh, they do. On old aux does. This is so cool. What does aux do? Nothing? No? It's a little off going forward, which is funny because the Illinois Central was off going backward. That is so cool. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. I'm gonna get this out from underneath the... I wonder, is there something going on here, maybe? Oh no. Yeah, that 100% could have been the culprit. It's moving. It keeps insisting it moves. Ooh. Stop trying to move. Horn, you can stop now, Horn. Wow. That is truly something. That is so cool. So that is as loud as it goes. Beauty! Alright, let's go ahead and move this beast. Horn. Yeah, the horn is very off, but that's okay. I think we might need just a slight bit more so it actually goes, stays. The engine is very confused right now. I think they're trying to say hello. It may have just been a bad spot too. I'm watching E513. I don't trust my own layout. It's sad, I know. I'm not letting anything happen to this. This was very expensive. Oh my god. This is stressful. This engine is stressing me out. Derailed. Like a little. Okay, that was the most stressful part of my whole life. I really do not trust that bridge at all. Okay, it automatically goes on. I have no idea why the interior kept going on and off. I think it's trying to tell me that spot over there is bad. And because this engine is brand new, I'm going to be doing this a lot. So I kind of want to hear the start of the game. I bet you guys do too. I wonder if I can... I'm going to try and find a good spot for you guys. Believe me, I'm trying to turn off the bell. There it goes. Okay, now here's the real test. Is going in reverse. God, this thing is so beautiful, which is exactly why I don't want to see it on the ground. Wow. Okay. So we've never had issues over here, so I'm gonna get, you know, it's still nerve-wracking. I really hope I have cat-like reflexes if this thing ever tries to go off on me. This is how I am with every first engine, believe me. It's hard not to be this way with brand new engines. I'm sure you guys can relate, especially if you spent as much money as I did. Gonna move this guy a little. It is very light. It is not hard to move. Aux. What does aux do on this engine? Air compressor. I hear it going off. That's nice. Okay, we're going to keep this guy in the forward direction. I'm going to get 508, and I'm going to get that Elko. And we're going to put all these together and make the ultimate mashup. Where's my Elko? Okay, you guys keep an eye on the engine, make sure it doesn't move, okay? Trusting you. Okay, good. I didn't move a muscle. That's a good 513. Now that 508 is no longer my one and only Iowa interstate engine, I don't have to be as careful. Joke. The look at people always be careful with the locomotive. Now, the only issue is these engines run at 75% power on the control. Meaning, if I put another engine on the layout at the same time that Rock Island of 513 is, the other engine is going to move, but the Rock Island isn't. And 75 is very fast. So we're going to try our best to make sure it doesn't move. So yes, I turned it off deliberately because I know these other engines, they're not all. The only Broadway is the 513. We have Broadway Limited 513, Intermountain es44c, and then we have the Atlas Alco RS3. Speaking of, let's get a good look at this. So here is 513, here's 508, and this was a real contest except 508 was leading, but I'm obviously going to want 513 to lead. Let's go ahead and look at the differences really quick, if any at all. So obviously these are two different companies. As you can see, Intermountain doesn't have anybody inside. Broadway Unlimited does. Kind of looks like everything is the majority the same. Looks like the walkway is a bit more realistically textured than Intermountain. Got pretty much the same thing. I mean, these are both the exact same locomotives. Well, no, they are the exact same. If you look at the roof, though, on 508, looks like we got that AC unit, something else.
Guess we only got that first AC unit, and there's the Elco RS3 with no AC unit. I wonder why. I don't think there was AC back in that day. Two different paint schemes, very similar. Route of the Rockets, I have no idea what they called it. So there you go. There is them two side by side. And I will put them nose to nose. This is actually the 513 was actually supposed to be looking like this Elco, rumor has it. But the white striping on the nose was a little too much for them to handle. It's not like they couldn't do it, as in like the painters could have 100% did it. I imagine they are very skillful individuals. The issue is a Gevo. I do not think that it had the room to have that white striping on the nose. But this is pretty much the exact same thing. This was a different paint scheme though. That was a different paint scheme compared to the Route of the Rockets. But they did want to make 513 look like this. But they did this instead. Obviously the Elco RS3 is very, very tiny compared to a brand new Gevo. As it should be. So let's go ahead and do what one of my people said in the comment section, a museum move. Because back in the good old days, I was mentioning how it would be very hard to realistically have an Elco RS3 with Iowa Interstate. And they said, call it a museum move. It happens all the time. I'm like, you're absolutely right. .513 is trying to push. 508's trying to push 513. It's not letting them. 513, come back. 508's not moving at all. This might be the worst idea I've ever had, just because I don't properly have DCC. You know, we're going to actually let 513 be the rear DPU. We're actually going to set this up realistically as possible, because there was a few nights ago that 508 was leading, 513 was right behind it. We're going to do this Iowa Interstate style and not do elephant style, because they rarely have that happen, believe it or not. I don't know why. They probably just don't like it. Okay, this is realistic. This was actually Council Bluffs, Blue Island a few days ago. Check out my video. You'll see it. I guarantee you 508 and 513 are just like this. Right, 508, show now it's done. Pull your history. So maybe 513 should be on dude. Dude, 508 is struggling. I can hear the wheel slipping. Okay, I'm not going to stress these engines enough as they already are. Unfortunately, this is just going to be a photo shoot because 513 wheels are slipping badly. Because 508, Jesus, 508's wheels are slipping because 513 doesn't want to move until it reaches so much power. Well, this engine isn't meant to do that. It's meant to move on whatever power it gets. It'll start moving. Very unfortunate. But that is not to say we can't at least give 513 some rolling stock and make a little Pepsi or Sippy or Pessy. You know, Peoria, Silvis, Peoria, Blue Island, Cedar Rapids. I don't know, something that doesn't usually have a big contest. I'm trying my best to work with me. Okay, we're just going to get some random assortments of rolling stock. And yes, it is funny how I say random and I purposely skip out on that ATSF. That's because one of them is derailing and they are identical, so I don't know which one is which, so I'm not going to take the chance. Which sucks because the covered hoppers are my favorite pieces of hopper. Compared to the rib side hoppers, those are pretty cool looking too. Very classic design. I cannot, it's pretty classic. Can't beat it, can't beat it. Okay, what else can we put on here? Yeah, we'll get some BNSF. some St. Regis, because I've seen that being pulled by Iowa once before. Yeah, the Grand Trunk Western, that's totally gonna happen one day. The unpatched Grand Trunk Western. Possible. Anything is possible. I don't know what happened last night. For those who've watched the video, you probably noticed it got uploaded today instead of the night. I woke up and I saw that it wasn't finished, and I'm like, well, that's not nice. I don't know what happened. Obviously, somewhere during the night, my phone decided it didn't want to upload. It didn't want to continue the progress at all. Not nice of it, by the way. So I do apologize. Thankfully, I've seen all the regulars, being DBC, Will, and Mr. Paul, have already chimed in. So thank you. You guys have already seen it. That's good. Okay, I don't know what you want to call this. The shortest Iowa interstate train except for the Bureau Rocket. You know what? Yeah, that's totally what this is. Bureau Rocket, but in a very, very weird hypothetical situation. It is all boxcars, though. I just noticed that. That is a boxcar. This is a Thrall all-door boxcar. If you don't know what they are, go ahead and look them up. Very cool pieces of history. I'll go back to Pi 75. No, I want you to turn on properly. I want you to turn on properly. Stop it. I wait for the cab light to turn on. It wants to. Oh, come on! No, whatever. This thing is so annoying. I'm trying my hardest, I swear to God. It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. I'm gonna burn out the cab light. Fine, just do your own thing, 513. I think it's trying to tell me that there's a bad spot in the track. Lights are on, but no one's home. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're totally good. Stop it. The New York Central rolling stock is giving me heart problems. Wow, this is either what I did to the layout worked, or this engine is just really good at staying on track so far. Okay, bell, can you please turn off? The bell will not turn off. Okay, there we go. It's weird, it doesn't immediately turn off, it fades. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that. Is that Iowa Interstate 508? Is that a derailed Rock Island Alcoa RS3? Alcoa RS3. Is that 513? Oh my god. Okay, we got so close the camera couldn't comprehend what it was looking at. Nice LED ditch lights, by the way, it looks like. Maybe just the right one. There is no conductor. You can't leave without a conductor, good sir. I'm going to report him to his yardmaster. Well, I'd say that about wraps up the video. Unfortunately, there's not much to really go off of anymore. I mean, that's pretty much the whole review. Like I said, we're going to go into complete overhaul. We're going to talk about this locomotive really quick before we end the video. Alright, I'm going to keep the locomotive running because I feel like you guys are going to want to see this as much as humanly possible. Obviously, there's a few points that we have to take off for this locomotive. I am going to be using a point system I picked up from another YouTuber that I started watching that reviews trains. Very great guy. I'm going to do my best to find his channel. I'm going to link it in the description. If you want to go check him out, he reviews a bunch of Broadway Limited products, it seems. And he goes into really depth detail, which is what I love to see. So I hope he doesn't mind. I'm going to be using the same system he does. We're going to go ahead and start this locomotive with 10 points, and every defect is going to go off of -5. So, obviously, unfortunately, I'm not going to take off 5 points for the missing PTC. And I'm not going to take off 5 points for the wrong horn. But I am going to take off 5 points for this radiator housing. I don't know if this is a Broadway Limited issue or it's something with the seller, but because I'm not 100% sure, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this locomotive with 95 out of 100 points. This is a 10 out of 10, would 100% recommend to anybody. Hopefully my parents are not going to be watching this. I guarantee that they won't. This locomotive cost me about $300 off of eBay. Yeah, I know, right? Calm down, it's okay. I make some really good money at my job, so we're all good. I wouldn't buy this engine if it was going to screw me over financially. Okay, that was a lie. I 100% would buy this engine even if it would screw me over financially. But I made the right decision. I saved up literally 2 paychecks, had enough, and I did it. Off the factory floor is about $360 brand new. Again, this is the Broadway Limited Imports es44ac in the Iowa Interstate 513 Rock Island Heritage Unit, Paragon 4. This is not the Stealth. And I'm really glad that I looked because there was a cheaper version on eBay for $285 that was Stealth. I want to go over this in case any people that watch this go on eBay and try to look for similar products in Broadway Limited. Be on the lookout. Stealth, if you see anything, check the description, check the title. If you see Broadway Limited Stealth, that means it will not come with this noise. You are going to have to install it yourself, meaning you are going to have your own decoder at home. That's what Stealth means. It basically means DCC ready. But if it says Paragon anything, I think the newest one is Paragon 4, which is what you're listening to right now. You're going to want that. And if you do get a Paragon 4 Broadway Limited Imports locomotive, I would recommend getting this Precision Craft Models DC Control Master. Also, Broadway Limited makes their very own. They're usually very cheap, and it gives you control of everything for the basics. Obviously, you got the bell, you have the horn, you have the volume, and you have aux. Aux, so far, for the 2 locomotives, is the air compressor. And if you hold both of these down, it's supposed to go into a programming mode where you can make aux whatever you want. I haven't been able to figure it out. Literally all you do is press down these 2 buttons. It hasn't worked for me yet. I don't know why. So unfortunately, I can't do this just yet. But Broadway Limited Imports is one of the best companies I have ever purchased locomotives for. Big shout out for them to making this beautiful locomotive and doing such an amazing job on it. I've never been more happy with a locomotive in my life. Obviously, Broadway is going to be very higher end, so it's going to be a little bit more money. But if you have the money, don't go to Intermountain, don't go to some of these people. If you do not have DCC and you find it either too complicated or you just don't want to, then go in Broadway Limited and find anything under Paragon 4. You can run noise on your locomotives like DCC without DCC. Intermountain, the Iowa Interstate 508 is an Intermountain, it's DCC. Obviously any locomotive, DC or DCC, can run forward and backward headlights, but to have noise you need to have a DCC controller. You don't want to get into that? I have found a solution, Broadway Limited. They are not sponsoring this video, but man, I wish that they would, because I would be more than honored. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm probably going to be down here for the rest of the night, to be completely honest with you guys. And do you really blame me? This thing is beautiful. This is, obviously, a lot of people have Iowa Interstate 513, but this means a lot for me to have in my basement. So, thankfully, I was able to buy it. It's in great condition. I'm going to figure out the radiator housing. I really want to, because usually it's a really convenient place to pick up engines. I don't ever recommend it. I recommend taking 2 fingers here. Here, I'll show you guys. Either you grab right here at the air compressors, minding the guards. I like to hold my engines just like this. I put my thumb, hold on, 513's in the way and I'm not risking it. I put my fingers underneath the fuel tank and I put my thumb on the flat surface. I don't put it on the horn. I either put it right here or on the radiator housing. As you can see, my fingers are nowhere near the very bendable, it's usually very easy to break, grab irons on the side. Or you can just grab it like so. If you want, you can just grab it, just do a pinch, and there you go. I don't like that because it doesn't feel stable, because you could slip just like that. Obviously, you hold your locomotive however you want. I'm not going to be the one to tell you what to do, because you can do whatever you want with your locomotives. I'm just letting you guys know how I prefer to do it. I feel it's the safest way, but I guarantee there's more methods. This seems like it's a hobby where you have to figure out your own way of doing certain stuff. Find out what makes you comfortable. Anyway, sorry for prolonging this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry I didn't make the train longer. I did not expect for it to get over that curve properly. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and try and fix this up a little for you guys. And until the next video in the basement, you guys have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whenever you decide to watch this. If you decide to watch this at all, if you are and you got this far, I appreciate every single one of you. Hope you guys enjoyed the engine. And I'll see you guys tonight, where I'll be, maybe, I can't guarantee it, but hopefully in a few days we'll see the real life Iowa Interstate 513.